Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Pop Culture Cult, episode 9 or 9. We were doing a rehearsal apparently of hand gestures. We're doing gang signs. I'm telling you, we're gonna look. We're in the gang. Now we have to defeat the shit beat 'em. The shit beat 'em. Shit demon.
Right, the Gotham.
Gotham. Hey, there's a good start. How about that? We enjoyed the holiday weekend by not being at home. We were in Vegas over the weekend. We got home late yesterday afternoon, and so we are still off the euphoric high of being in Vegas, and so we're kind of a little silly. We hope you guys. What?
Who are we?
Oh yeah, hi, I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
We're gonna get to that part.
Okay.
We are still high, euphoric, hand gestures, shit demon. You're caught up. All right. We had a really good time in Vegas. We bought a couple of new things for the room. I've got this picture over here with Darth Vader and Boba Fett. It's signed by I have it
Jeremy Bullock, David Prowse, Jason Wintergreen.
Okay, so
Wingreen.
The guy who was in the Darth Vader suit, the guy inside Boba Fett, and the guy who voiced Boba Fett all signed it. And it's actually kind of cool because a couple of those guys go out and do like celebration and go to cons and stuff like that, but not everybody's all together and always have something together. And it's a cool photo. So when they carbon freeze Han Solo, and so you have to get it, right? It was cool. And then we got this one signed by Carrie Fisher, and we had already looked at it, and then we found out that she had her heart issues from the flight from London to LA, and so we decided to just go for it and go get it. And then we found out today that she had passed away, and so we wanted to kind of talk about Carrie a little bit. A lot of people know her as Princess Leia. Obviously, you play an iconic character like that, you're gonna be forever known as that character. But she has like 90 other IMDb credits, and she probably would have done a lot more roles, done a lot more stuff if she wasn't as vocal as a person as she was, which is both a good thing and a bad thing when you're in a career field at that point in time in the world where people didn't like it if you were an outspoken actor. She didn't care. She talked about everything. If you saw the interviews that she was doing with The Force Awakens, she was the hit of everything, of every interview, and all the younger cast would just like sit back and watch the old lady go crazy, and it was so much fun to watch. She was really open about mental illness and getting being very open in her issues that she had and her addictions she had, which made her kind of a hero for a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to talk about that stuff, and her ability to go out and reach out and talk about it herself, somebody who was in the limelight, opened it up for a lot of people. And then the big thing at least for me, was from day one, from early on, from early on, she was very open with the Star Wars fans. She embraced it. It was her thing. She loved it. She would go to all the cons and hang out with all the fans and do all the stuff and go to all the parties and just really with open arms, like, it's cool that you come see me. And that was kind of something that didn't really happen with a lot of people who are in the limelight like that. She also did a lot of different, like, I won't say rewrites, but like changing of scripts and stuff like that. There's actually one going around today on Twitter and Facebook and stuff about her scene when they're when the Millennium Falcon and the hyperspace drive isn't working, and they got to find some place, and they find the Lando system, and there's like all these rewrites that she actually helped rewrite in that scene. And that scene actually, if you read how the scene was actually laid out, was okay, and the way she added to it just kind of enhanced it and stuff. What are your thoughts on Carrie and what she was able?
So one of the stories that I heard today was about her doing the Slave Leia costume, and her non-excitement over over wearing this bikini, as any woman wouldn't probably be super excited about wearing a bikini, and then they told her, and you can't talk, and she said, okay, so you're gonna put me in a bikini and I have to shut up. And so she definitely wasn't very happy about that. And then then she comes back in as the I don't remember the name of the character. She's in
when they're going to get Luke, or when they're going to get Han. Yeah,
and
we're terrible. We should know that.
They asked her, do you want to kill Jabba, or do you want... There was another character or something that they were going to have do it, and she's like, no, I had to be in a bikini, I had to shut up, I want to kill Jabba the Hutt, and was very excited to get to do it. So
that's awesome. She was a lot of fun in interviews, and we're kind of weird when it comes to celebrity deaths. We're sad, of course, but it's not one of those like, we didn't know her personally, kind of things. So it affects us, but we're not going to go crying about it and stuff. But we're also slightly Irish when it comes to enjoying somebody's life and not being sad about their death. And so we're always trying to do that. I do want to share one thing. So on John Borman's Facebook page, he did what almost everybody did today at some point in time, talked about how his interaction with Carrie Fisher and everything. And a gentleman on John Borman's Facebook page, on his post about Carrie, by the name of Bruno Chakram, told this awesome story. And this encompasses everything that you need to know about Carrie Fisher. And so he tells this story. Bruno, I'm going to message you and make sure this is okay that I share this story. You put it on Facebook, so it's out there with everybody. So, and it's on John Borman's page, so it's like everybody knows. So, but I will contact you and let you know that I did this. In his post, he said, she was the most funny person. A few years ago, I met her at Star Wars Celebration. It was the last day on the last hour of the event, and I was the last one in the queue to get her autograph. As I was about to greet her, someone tapped me on my shoulder, and it was Femi Taylor, the dancing Twi'lek, asking me if she could get before me and hug Carrie. They were so happy to see each other, it was a real pleasure to witness. A few minutes later, still very happy, Carrie Fisher greeted me with a huge grin, pushing a box of cookies, and told me to take one. As I politely declined, she waved her hand like a Jedi and told me, "You will take a cookie." All of my friends over there were jealous beyond measure, and I will cherish the memory. Today, we did not lose the princess of Alderaan. We lost the princess to our hearts. And Bruno, great photo. Great job, buddy. I had to share it because that's exactly how everybody who's talked about Carrie Fisher, it encompasses it totally. Like who she was, really happy to see the fans, really like dug the whole being Princess Leia, General Organa, just dug it, and just being really personable with everybody around her. It was just awesome. So I just had to share that story. We'll see you in the next one, in the next life. And as it came out later on this afternoon, after kind of everything kind of happened, and everybody found out, all of her stuff for episode 8 is already filmed.
I was wondering about that.
And so that will be the last thing she's in, but we will actually get to see her one last time coming up in 300 and something days for episode 8. So, although we'll probably see her in the trailer. But yeah, that's what the plan is for right now. So, just wanted to share some, a little bit of our thoughts about Carrie Fisher, 2016 Convenant Grease Fire. Now to the stuff that we all really want to talk about, which is all the geek stuff, the pop culture stuff, and the miserable weekend that one particular movie had. So, as we were winning gazillions, thousands, in Vegas, most everybody was at home, opening presents, eating too many cookies, way too much turkey pie and turkey hash and turkey a la mode and turkey a la king.
Turkey a la mode? Is mashed potatoes the ice cream part?
Sure, I don't know. I just keep making up stuff every time. Turkey lasagna.
Turkey tacos.
Turkey tacos. Hey. If you weren't doing that, you went to the movies. Or you're in Vegas with us. Because there was 8 million people in Vegas and none of them gambled. They were all in the walkways.
Yeah.
And so the movie box office for the weekend was actually really, really good. And so we want to kind of talk about what happened. Rogue One, no surprise to anyone, won the weekend with $64 million. So far domestically, they made $286 million. I don't know what it was worldwide, but it's like 500 or something like that.
So they did 150
155 or something like that the opening weekend.
Yeah, and then that's a little less than half. That's pretty
pretty good. And that's a lot of word of mouth, and a lot of the people like us who will probably go see it again at some point in time because we're weirdos. And she's even wearing a Rogue One shirt tonight just to kind of prove the point. So that was a really good weekend. Sing, the animated American Idol movie, did $35 million, which is a really, really good number for number 2. Although not surprising, it's animated. It's, that kind of sing-along kind of thing. I'm sure they'll make another one. Passengers did $15 million. Why Him did 11. Actually, that's really good for Why Him, with James Franco and Bryan Cranston. It's just a good counter programming to all the family stuff and that kind of thing.
And then
I am so upset about Assassin's Creed. Right now it's 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb. It's 19% with the critics on Rotten Tomatoes. It's 68% with the fans on Rotten Tomatoes. Every review I've heard has been terrible. We haven't been home. It made $10 million on opening weekend on a holiday weekend. That means 5 people went and saw it. It was $125 million to make it, and it's got a great cast.
Yeah.
It's got a good director. What the fuck happened?
They made a video game movie. What happens every time
if you get the same exact cast to do a sci-fi thriller with a general idea like Assassin's Creed, do you think it would have worked, or is it just the curse of the...
I think it's the curse of the video game movie because people have expectations. They want it to be like the video game, and it's just it never is.
Right. Things. I still want to see it. I still probably will go see it. I have free movie tickets, so maybe I'll take my wife to sushi, prior with sushi, and then go see it this weekend.
Passengers.
Or we'll go see Passengers, which also is getting panned by everybody. I love the games. I played all the games. I've beat all but like the first one. I'm not a super gamer, so me beating a game is a really, really big deal. I love the games. I love the storyline. I could have directed this movie told you how to direct this movie in 5 minutes. You do the modern day stuff for like 15 minutes in the beginning. You go back to it a couple times as reminders that this is real world. and you talk about it at the end, and the rest of it is in period. And that's you got it. You got it. You practical effects as much as possible and go. I could have done the movie with this cast for $100 million. You could have paid me 10 and I would have been happy, and points on the back end. Okay, I would have done it for 5 and points in the back end, but that's okay. But don't overthink it. Everybody says the time period stuff is like less than a third of the movie, and everything's in modern day. The game isn't modern day stuff.
Yeah.
And it just really, really makes me mad that you've got perfect source material like this, like World of Warcraft, like Mortal Kombat, like Tomb Raider. Just take the script that's there and mold it a little bit to fit inside the movie, and you've got it. Now, they're still going to try to make Uncharted, and they're redoing Tomb Raider, and
the only one that was ever any good.
We both liked the first Tomb Raider a lot. We thought it was a lot of fun. The second one, with Gerard Butler, maybe not as good, but it was. Yeah,
it wasn't as good, but it was still good. It was still better than most of the
video game movies
right out there.
Right, and Collider did their top 5 video game movies, and they picked Mortal Kombat. Now, I think Mortal Kombat is dumb, silly fun, but really,
yeah, I would pick Tomb Raider before Mortal Kombat.
Right. So it's okay. They gotta keep trying, because all it takes is one, and the studio's gonna say, we can make millions of dollars off of video game movies. Now let's all go do Super Mario Brothers with John Leguizamo. And
no, they already did that. Now you know my pain every time they make a Stephen King movie.
Just stop. Just let Stephen King write the screenplay.
Yeah.
Just he will do it. He will do it. He writes all the freaking time. He's probably got like 6 of them sitting around somewhere. Oh yeah, I forgot I wrote this. Here, it's an Oscar winner. Because you know why? I'm Stephen fucking King.
I don't know about Oscar winner, but he did.
Green Mile was pretty close.
Green Mile was good. Shawshank. Everybody forgets that Shawshank was Stephen King, and
it's a short story though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a short story. And Stand By Me was a short story called The Body, and they almost took it verbatim, and it's a great movie.
Great movie. Wheaton. So we'll still probably go see Passengers. We'll probably still see Assassin's Creed, but we'll probably end up waiting on it. So what do you guys think? I don't know. We'll go see Rogue One at least one more time. While we're in Vegas, the Alien Covenant trailer happened, and we watched it this afternoon before dinner. And I will now hand it over to my wife, who will now say,
don't go to space! Stop going to space. There's aliens in space. The aliens will suck your face. Stop going. Stop.
So don't stop. Never go to Mars, but that's it. That's not really space.
But don't drink the water on Mars.
Don't drink the water on Mars. We'll get to Doctor Who in a minute. But so we watched it. The first thing I thought of was, this is a horror film in space.
Well, that's Aliens.
And that's Aliens. And that's exactly what everybody wanted from Prometheus. And Prometheus was more of a sci-fi thriller than it was a horror film. And we watched the trailer, and I actually had to go look at IMDb, and Catherine Waterston, who is in Fantastic Beasts, is in it, and Michael Fassbender's in it. Maybe he can make up for Assassin's Creed. James Franco is in it, although he's not in the trailer. A bunch of other people in it. And then there's a scene, and this lady's running down the hallway, and she grabs this gun from this dark curly-haired guy, and he turns around, and you kind of see the side of his face, and I went, is that Danny McBride? So I went and looked up. Danny McBride is in a sci-fi movie. What is he gonna do? Make the aliens laugh and stop them? I don't understand what's going on.
Call them all names.
I call them all names or whatever, or do what he does in This Is the End, and just be the asshole the whole time, and then end up having Channing Tatum hump his leg at the end. Now, John C. Reilly did this, and he's actually a classically trained actor who happened to make it in comedy, and now every once in a while does a comedy thing, and you're like, that's the funny guy from Step Brothers and Hallelujah Nights. Oh wait, he can actually act. So let's see if, it's Danny McBride. He's probably got like a 5-minute thing, but it just kind of blew my head. Everybody else is in it. I'm like, oh, good, yeah, that makes sense. And there's Danny McBride. Okay, Aliens, horror film.
Well, James Franco. That's why.
Oh, that's true.
They cast James Franco in it, and he went, only if my buddy can
Only
be
can be.
in it." Yep.
All right. So this is the end on a spaceship on a alien planet, right?
Right.
Okay.
With things that suck your face.
And if you ever learned anything from, remember the rules in Scream about horror films: never have sex when there's horror shit going on, or an alien will eat your boyfriend's whatever in the shower, and
right.
That was fucked up.
Shower sex will never be the same again.
Shower sex will never be the same again. But they're making out in the shower, and this tentacle comes out like this, and you're thinking it's going towards the girl, and now you're just like, am I watching Asian tentacle porn, what's going on? And then they cut back, and she's stepping back, and then she's covered in blood, and I'm like, whoa! I've never seen tentacle porn go that way.
Wait, you've seen tentacle porn?
How do you not see tentacle porn? It's on the internet, like, everywhere. You put in TN and tentacle porn fills in on Google. So, yeah, I don't know. Trailer looked awesome, but, again, aliens in space. Hey, if they can make these, like the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, they make all those, and they make them work. I like Prometheus, but it was a sci-fi thriller, not a horror film. I'm not a horror film guy. I'm a sci-fi guy. So,
well, this is Ridley Scott. He didn't do Prometheus, did he?
I do not remember if he.
But he did.
He executive produced it, but I don't know if he was the director on Prometheus.
Yeah,
so I don't remember. I could look it up, but I want to move on. So, we saw, moving on to TV stuff, because of the holiday, there's really not a whole lot going on, so like kind of some spattering of different things we kind of saw and whatever over the last couple days. Broadchurch, a BBC show, is coming back for season 3. David Tennant, who's the Doctor, will get, again, it's going to be Doctor Who heavy at the end. He's in it. And Arthur Duvall, who played Rory, and he's also he left DC's Legends of Tomorrow for the first half of the season to go film this stuff for Broadchurch, and he's got done, and now he's coming back, and so all that's gonna kind of, I'm interested to see how that. It's really interesting that they're letting actors be on multiple shows at the same time. That just never used to happen, and now it's happening all the time, and I think it's awesome. So what did you think of the 15-second?
Yeah, I mean, you know nothing. They just show everybody. They're
look who's back! Look who's back!
Yeah, you see Arthur. He's the priest. David Tennant's the Broadchurch, whatever. He's the detective. And then the girl, I don't remember what her name is the other detective. They don't call him that over there, though.
Constables?
No, it was like PM or no. That's
Prime Minister.
Yeah, no.
Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones. Harriet Jones. It's not. But they don't tell you anything.
Yeah.
And what I said was they solved the murder. They did 2 seasons, and it was the murder solving took two seasons.
Right?
So I don't know what they're gonna do now. They figured out who killed the little boy. So sorry, spoilers. If you haven't watched it yet, they figure out who killed the little boy.
It's been 10 months since the last episode or something like that, so if you haven't watched it by now, the spoiler warning doesn't really have to go up, but whatever. What was the thing you said? Who they killed this time? Was that what you said earlier? Amazon Prime's The Grand Tour Christmas Special. Oh my god, I love those guys. They're the old Top Gear guys. I threw it in here for 2 seconds because I just wanted to do a review. Sweaters.
Jumpers.
Jumpers.
They're called
Sorry.
jumpers.
Holiday jumpers with the symbols and the names of their favorite vehicles. Just saying. I'm not going to give anything away because it's only been out for like 4 days, so I'll give you a chance to go watch it. But this was a classic Top Gear episode.
The car you can't eat chocolate bars in.
Yes.
And which chocolate bars you can and can't eat in it.
And I mean, this is the classic. They used to be able to get rid of get away with everything. And then, you know, the higher ups started getting complaints, and they pulled their reins back in, and they don't have to worry about that. They're on Amazon. They're on the internet, so they can say and do whatever they want.
And people still complain.
And still people can still complain because people don't have anything else better to do.
You're paying money to watch the show. Don't watch it.
I got a whole bag with your name on it. And this is why Donald Trump won, because people are done with the whole thing. So, most importantly, for all those of us here at least, because now that Star Wars is kind of winding down, at least until Celebration kind of gets going again in April, the Doctor Who Christmas special happened on Christmas Day. We actually, at the end of our day on Christmas Day, went back to the room and watched The Force Awakens on Stars until we both fell asleep. So just to kind of give you an idea. But when we got home last night, after dinner, we watched the Christmas special. My initial thoughts are, this was a regular episode. It wasn't really a holiday special.
Yeah.
And they do that every once in a while with Doctor Who. This was more of a... Because it's been 365 days since we had the previous episode. Too damn long. And we're going to wait until midsummer, end of summer for the new ones. This was more of a remember what the show is like kind of episode. And which is fine. But I've also gotten to the point now where I want a super intense themed Christmas episode. And this one really wasn't. Christmas was part of it. Christmas was there. Much how my argument about Trading Places, my wife made a very... It's part of the story, but it was not a Christmas special. It was just a regular episode. Although... awesome, because they made references to River, and they also made references of the Singing Towers and the restaurant, and then they made references to they asked the Doctor if he's going to be okay, and he didn't answer. He just walked away, and so there was all this stuff in there. Like if you're up on your Doctor Who lore, you got all of that stuff. So that's kind of how I felt. What about you?
Well, so I had read a couple things before we watched it. Not a whole lot, but there were some people that were upset because it was a superhero. Why is there a superhero in my Doctor Who? It made sense.
And it was New York and not London this time.
It was. It made sense how they, worked it into the story, but I think that the Husbands of River Song has ruined us, because if you think back, there are some Christmas episodes that when they come on, my husband's like, skip.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah. I'm starting to think about them right now. Yeah.
You don't. I mean, I would say the what the heck's his name? Simon Pegg and Frost.
Oh, Nick Frost.
Nick Frost. That was
two Christmas a year ago. Yeah,
was pretty good. But
they were in a mind control pods or something like that, and Santa Claus was coming to save them, save Clara and the Doctor, and yeah.
But I mean, there's been like the ones with the Santa Clauses with the plastic faces. And
with 9, yeah.
And then he goes to
then they show up this next season though, which is kind of, a nice little wink and nod, but
Yeah, and they have the one where he goes and lands. He spends like all that time on that the city of Christmas.
The city of Christmas defending against all the. That's actually one of my more favorite Christmas episodes. Is that one? Because that's when Matt Smith leaves, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the last episode with Matt Smith, and he defends the city of Christmas against all like the Cybermen and the Daleks and the Silence and like all everybody on this row, all these guys, and so that one's actually a really good episode.
But compare all of those to the Husbands of River Song.
Yeah. That was a rough episode.
Well, and not only that, but it all of a sudden, all those episodes for years now make sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
Every time River Song shows up, it suddenly makes sense.
Yep. Kind of like what Rogue One did to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Kind of makes it all make sense. Yeah. So yeah.
But I mean, I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah. I didn't. I'm not saying I didn't like it. It was just a regular episode to me, and so which is fine. Like I said, it's fine. It's just a complete reminder. It's kind of what Sherlock did last Christmas with Abominable Bride.
Yeah.
That was very much just a regular Sherlock episode. It just happened to be set in Victorian era.
Well, because it was. It was
right.
Sherlock Holmes. It was the actual story.
Right. But I'm just as a point of reference kind of thing. Sherlock starts in like 5 days, so I'm ready for that too. I actually almost wore my Sherlock Doctor Who shirt tonight, but I thought this one's on the TV a lot better. I
wore this one to support Carrie.
Yeah, right.
My other Star Wars was dirty.
Yeah. So on a scale of Husbands of River Song to swirling Christmas trees.
Oh, I forgot about that one. That one was pretty bad.
Are we more in the middle?
Yeah, upper.
Okay,
7.5.
Yeah. I liked actually. I actually want to see more with Dr. Mysterio. I like to see that character again. And the squeaky toy. They have to use the squeaky toy. Watch the episode. They have to use the squeaky toy at some point in time.
So tempted to
Bill has got. Is it Bill or Billy? The new companion that starts.
Billy. Yeah.
She needs to walk over and just start squeezing it. Stop doing that! It's got to happen at least once, right?
Tell the truth.
No. So what are you guys? How is your guys' Christmas? Are you looking forward to the new year? Do you have big geek New Year plans? Big pop culture plans? What are your thoughts about Carrie Fisher and her life and everything? Are you looking forward to the Alien Covenant? Or are you like us and you're just sitting around patiently for Doctor Who and Sherlock to start?
And March to come.
Because everything's come out in March and freaking Triple X and so what do you guys think? Get a hold of us. You can find us on the Pop Culture Cult on Facebook and YouTube. You can get us on Pop Culture Cult 1 on Instagram. We're on the Twitters at pop_cult1. Let us know what you guys think. Is there something that we missed in pop culture? Are you looking forward to something that we need to talk about? Let us know. Like the pages, like this video, share it with all your friends, leave comments, and let us know. We want to talk to all of you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We want 100 friends, 100 followers by Memorial Day weekend. And that's 5 months away. So no pressure, guys. So let us know what you guys are thinking. Like and share away. And until next time, I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
Until next time, good night now.
Why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder!